going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over my primary concealed carry bag for 2025. I've been carrying it through the later end of 2024, but this is my primary carry bag for this year. Now, and what it is the Paladin33 Mk3 concealed carry fanny pack, and it's right here. Now, you might have remembered my previous videos that I did on the Mk1. I believe this is a limited edition run made for concealment, and it's a little bit different than the other one, and I'm going to show that on the tabletop here when we get down to showing you the bag. Now, primarily I've been switching to carrying full-size firearms, but every now and then I do carry a mid-size, that is the Glock 19 that I have back here on the wall, in my other bag here, which works quite well. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be going over this bag right here, which I find is much better than the previous version that I got. This is actually intended to carry knives, which I'm also partial to, but it can carry a firearm, but it's not the ideal carry bag for that, and I'm going to show you why that is. Now, keep in mind, this is for a full-size carry pistol. I'm currently carrying my Springfield Prodigy D5, which is the one with the 5-inch barrel. It does have an RMR and a Surefire 300 ultralight on it. So without further ado, let's get to the tabletop, and I'll show you how I have this set up for 2025 and for everyday carry. All right, so here we are tabletop, and first thing I will say is that I keep all of my zippers to the right, starting with these zippers up front, the primary pocket and the concealment pocket, all of them to the right. That way I know where they are in case I need to get to them in the dark. That's the way I do it. Now, these are pretty nice. This is similar to 550 cord. It's just a thinner version. I believe it's 350. Don't quote me on that. YKK zippers, double. So if one breaks, the other one will be able to still function and close the bag, and I'll demonstrate that right there. Now, in the front pocket, what I keep is a wallet, and it masks who I am. Pretty little neat thing by Finance and Maneuver. And here is an EOS Cases titanium wallet, security wallet, just in case I need to swap everything over, and if there's any concerns there. A comb, simple comb. And then in here, you'll see on the inside, the bag is made with loops. That's in every single pocket. In case there's something you need to keep in here to run retention with paracord or shock cord, that is provided by Paladin33. It comes sewn into the bag. Now in this little front pocket, you'll see you have a couple of them. I keep a spare 2032 battery for the RMR. I have these in all of my bags because I run RMRs on all of my pistols. So all of my carry bags, I should say, have one of these in them. You have a couple of more pockets here for pens, and then you have another larger pocket here as well, like the one on the comparable to the other side. Just have a comb there, and I'll start taking this stuff out, laying it out for you. So that's pretty much it. The bag's pretty big. I do keep my keys here. Whenever I go to the gym, I throw them in there. It's plenty of enough space. I do want to point out that you have some cinch tabs here with some adjustments here that you can be made. It does not, though, go to the back, and that is important. I'm going to tell you why that's important later. Okay, that obviously there's a reason for that. If these were to go all the way back here, it would impede the concealed carry panel from completely deploying and you having access to the firearm, or limit access to the firearm, I should say. So the secondary pocket, I'll move these back to the right. Secondary pocket, which is arguably the main pocket because it is the largest pocket, I have a plethora of things, and I'll take that out. First things first, this is a Snake Staff Systems, the tourniquet. These are the smaller ones. I did elect to go with a wider one. I've got the 3-pack. These are great because they work on children as well. If you know anything about these tourniquets, the larger ones do not work that well on children. So a Vertex Tactigami mag pouch, which is fully adjustable. There is a spare mag. This is a spare mag off of Staccato, 20-round mag. By the way, guys, the firearm is rendered clear, and I'll show you that later. You have hook on both sides. Actually, I should say you have loop on both sides. Just a little patch there that I have. Also, you'll see these sewn in tabs here in case you want to run any retention, as I indicated in the front. Little MRE sticker. I have my AirPods over here, which is pretty neat. And then I got this other little accessory from Vertex as well. This is the Tactigami. Here what I have is a stream light, flashlight, works pretty well. Some lip balm, always comes in handy. And then also a spare 123 battery. I'm going to leave that there because it's pretty difficult to get in. Here I have a little neat little non-permissive tool. This is from Warm and Fuzzy, and I believe it's a collab with RE Factor Tactical. It is made out of D10 fiberglass, and it is called the Perforator. I don't think they make these anymore, but they do make the mini, which is a keychain one. This is the full size, and this is basically a non-permissive tool, and it does not go off in metal detection. So pretty neat little item. I've used it every now and then, primarily to open boxes. So set that down the side over here. Nail clipper and a lighter. You know, always nice to be able to start a fire, and that's a quick way to do it. More tabs sewn into the front of the panel, and then obviously you still have the loop over here as well. In the bottom, it is, I believe this bag is made out of 500 Cordura, and it's still pretty tough. I may have to make some reinforcements on the pistol pouch, and I'll explain why later with my experience with this other bag over here on that side. So now moving on to the pouch as well. Now you can see that this is also double zipper, YKK, and also some 350 paracord, and it works pretty well. Now the back, and then we'll talk about the straps later, but the back, they're obviously in red. Now it comes like that from Paladin. Same deal, double zippered, 350 paracord, I believe. So what I like to do is I keep this on my right. That way I know it's always there, especially when I'm going on early walks or I'm going to the gym. I will pull, this panel pulls completely down, and that's what I like about this. Now, again, firearm is fully clear, and there it is. Now, what I have here is a Prodigy. As you well know, it's a 2011 or a double stack 1911, however you want to call that. And it is held into place by a Vertex Tactigami holster, which you can modify and cut to fit your needs. This does have a little retention tab here, so if you pull this out, you'll see that this is what indexes on that barrel area right here on the cutout on the slide, right where your firearm actually makes some contact with this, and it does help with retention. Pull that out, and that is the firearm. RMR and a Surefire 300 Ultra, as I indicated previously. I'm going to set that aside and talk a little bit more about this panel. You do have a loop right in the center of the bag, along with a loop panel over here. Now this little retention tab, as I mentioned, is for running paracord in case you want to run some sort of a hard holster or perhaps a Kydex holster in here and don't want to use this, let's say this loop panel. I, though, elected to use this. As you can see, this holster has a pretty stiff backside and a wedge here to keep the gun at a cant a bit, and it works really well. I'm very happy with it. And there is the Paladin logo with the U.S. flag. These bags are all made right here in the United States of America, and that is pretty awesome. I love the guys. That's why I have bought several of their bags. Before we move on, I do want to point out that there is padding in between this and in between the back, which is very nice and very comfortable. The bag is a little bit larger, obviously, compared to the Eberly stock over there, but it does conceal that firearm. The Eberly stock cannot conceal a full-size firearm. Now, moving on to the back panel, you do have obviously some foam and some mesh, which makes this quite breathable. Do I have any qualms with this bag aside from, let's just say, its size? No. I mean, I typically like the smaller bags, but the large bags get the job done for when you want to conceal a larger firearm. Now, one of the other qualms that I did have with this is a strap. Now, this strap is nice. It's nice and comfortable. It's thick. It's about 2 inches thick, wide, I should say. The problem is, and this is just the way that these things work, maybe if it was a little bit thicker, the bite on the buckle would help, you know, let's just say bite down better. So one of the issues that I've had is every time I'm trying to sling this over my shoulder, or if I'm pulling it out and it comes out at that strange angle, this would essentially just run through, and I can never get this just to stay at the size that I wanted to, which is why what I have done to stop that is I basically got some goon tape and taped it down to the size that I wanted to. It is pretty positive, so no problems with the buckle at all. The buckle is double stitched to the bag on the inside over here. I can't really show you that because it's all interior, but this is done quite nice. Also, I did elect to get the extension so I can turn this into a cross shoulder, but it is long enough to accommodate a cross shoulder carry, or across the chest, I should say. So let me be clear. I just got an extension because I have it permanently fixed. So then, therefore, I got an extension similar to what comes with some of the other bags, specifically like the Everly stock. Now, one of the modifications that I will be making is I will be added some extra felt on the interior down here, because as a bag sits down in this orientation, meaning straight up, if you ever lay it down like that, the firearm tends to rub down at the bottom and cause some basically tear in the material. It hasn't done it yet, but I had to do that to the other bag, and I'll illustrate that now. So that would look like right in there. Basically right in there, what I have done is I added some wool felt down in the bottom and basically just used some 3M adhesive to get it together there. I forgot the name of it, but it's that contact adhesive. And if I remember, I'll link it below. That's what I did, and I'll show that on the other bag. But other than that, guys, this is a pretty awesome bag to carry a large firearm. I have really no trouble with it. It is an amazing bag. I carry it day in and day out. This is how I'm going to be carrying my 2025 EDC. So moving to my MK1, I should say, I want to demonstrate why those cinch tabs become problems. So this bag is not sewn down to the bottom. This panel does not reveal itself. Having said that, it does accommodate a full-size firearm. And the other positive thing about that is that you can really cinch this bag down, and the profile is obviously much thinner compared to the other one that does not have that option. However, you are limited with revealing the firearm all the way down and having that essentially come forward. And I'll demonstrate that now shortly. So I do want to point out that right here is where I made that modification. It's a bit hard to see because this bag is, I'd have to flip the entire bag inside out. But if you look down in there, those strips, and you can see that piece of white that's broken, those are strips of wool that I have put in there. And it is very good for doing that. All right, guys, here I have the pack set up. This is typically how I wear it when I'm going to the gym or out and about. I'm typically wearing athleisure clothing, gym shorts, you know, a t-shirt, whatnot. I can conceal in some of the shorts I have, because I do have some shorts that have set up a inner belt, but typically I found this to be a little bit more comfortable for me, and I can carry some more of the essential things that I need day to day in the pack versus just a holster. Now, I do have a holster. I'm not advocating that you go to this. This is not a silver bullet for all carry situations. So like I've mentioned in my videos, just have different holsters for different situations, or different carry methods for different situations. The bag does not cinch down that tight because it does not go all the way to the back, of course, because it will impede the deployment of that panel, which I will show. I also want to mention that there are some elastic bands here that help with the retention of the excess straps from the waistband or the E-clip, which is nice because you don't want to have this stuff just dangling everywhere. Now, pretty simple operation. Again, I have all my zippers to the right, so I'll typically just come down, and that'll reveal the pistol. Again, the pistol's safe, and there it goes, right? Clear. Indexing with the sight can be a little bit of an issue with this Vertex holster I found, but once you work through it plenty of times, it is pretty manageable. So there you have it. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Very simple to release, and comes off very, very easy. All right, that about does it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for being subscribers to the channel. If you guys aren't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and if you have any questions regarding this Paladin33 or any other bag that you've seen on my video and have seen me review, drop it in the comments below. Also, if you have anything you want to see in particular or you want me to review, please comment below. I get back to all of the comments, and I love to hear the feedback from you guys. I got nothing else for you. Love you guys. As always, stay safe. I'll catch you in the next one.